Reading the Bible is so funny because you think, I've read a few things before, I've read a few passages before, I've seen this verse before, I've done this before, and then there's King James Version. And it's just there to humble you because these names, mind you, I have read other versions of the Bible. I was very shocked to find out that most of the Bible versions I've read, even though I didn't read the full Bible, I was just reading parts and pieces of the Bible. I have read, and the parts that I did read were like NIV, and I forgot the other one, but those versions, they're very different. So I knew that a version of like King James Version was there, but I never read it. And when I found out that if I'm going to do this, I need to have like only a version that is actually public domain. Turns out King James Version is the only public domain. I mean, I didn't check any other YouTubers to check like what people normally use to read the Bible, because I wasn't sure I could even do it after watching other people's content, because I thought to myself, if I'm going to do this just for myself, just to be able to record this, I shouldn't be in a position as a human being to compare myself with other people, because that's not what it's about. And I was thinking to myself, King James Version. So this is my first time actually reading King James Version. And I have heard a lot in movies, in even at church, and even with other people, like growing up and stuff. I've heard that there's a lot of thou, thee, all this stuff, right? But when you actually read it, yeah, it's pretty confusing. But we move on. I mean, I am sure as you guys will be listening, or as I will be listening when I look back at this, or whichever family members of mine will get to see this, I think we'll all get a good laugh out of how I pronounce some of the names in the Bible, because I personally need to go and search how to pronounce this name. I didn't want to search up some stuff pre-hand because I wanted to be able to have a first-hand experience of reading the Bible without other people's perspective or how things are supposed to be done. I just wanted to open the Bible and read it. That's what I was going for. But some of these names and some of these words, I have no idea what they mean. So every time after I'm done, I sort of have to look them up and find out what they mean, which I guess is better, but still, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But anywho, I will lock in and try to do the next few chapters without fear, and just, if you guys hear me laughing in between, it's not because I'm laughing at the word of God, of course not. It's because I cannot believe that I didn't like that. You need to be able to pronounce with such grammar. And mind you, I grew up in a country where we don't like English is not our first language. So a lot of these words are some of them are even new to me. And some of them I don't even know what they mean. So it's going to be very complicated, but I'm still going to do it because this is just for record and just to enjoy and just to like sort of, do this for myself. I need to read the Bible. As a person, I feel like I've spent too much time telling myself, there'll be time when I can read the Bible. There'll be time when I can, open the Bible and read it. And mind you, we've read the Bible. I think a lot of us, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, in school we had to do Bible knowledge. So I kind of have an idea of like some books which we had to study and actually like pass for exams. And also there were like others where we had to sort of find out from like growing up in at Sunday school. And then like, of course, even though I did grow up in like how do I say this? In like church oriented family. Even though we did grow up going to church all the time, I didn't pay half as much attention when I was growing up, because honestly it felt like I was being forced to go to church by my parents. And by that time I really didn't know what it was to be a Christian. I mean, I'm not saying I do know now, but I think it's a bit better than when I was growing up. Because sometimes in church, when the pastor's speaking, I was one of those kids where my mom would be eyeing me from across the like room where the adults were, and we were like in the kids section, and she'd be like, put that pen down, because literally I would be like holding a little notepad with a pen and I'm drawing like half of the time, because I wanted to try and stay awake, because I was so scared. Like if I slept in church, that's another fear. So I used to draw all the time to stay awake, because most of the time when I was listening, it would make me want to fall asleep. So a lot of the time, this happened for a very long time, until maybe when I was like in high school. And the school that I went to was like a boarding school, and because of this, they made us also, like, it was a church-oriented boarding school. Basically, they have a section where every Sunday they have a church service, and you sort of had to read the Bible, get to know the people there, and I don't know, like, pastors come by and preach to you. It was mandatory, by the way. So you can imagine, like, a good chunk of my life was being told, you're Christian, this is what you have to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way up until high school was done. And for me, honestly, that's why I didn't have that much of a connection with a lot of my peers from school and from at home in regards to religion as a whole, because I didn't understand it. No one actually took the time to explain it to me, and in church I just didn't get it. So even after we were done with school, I was done with high school, when I did go to university, and now it was like freedom of choice. I was staying by myself, I was going to school, I would choose where do I want to go. But the thing is, I stopped going to church because I was like, I didn't enjoy it in the first place, I don't want to do it anymore. And I fought a lot with my parents about not wanting to go to this specific church, because I'm actually Pentecostal. That means there's so many churches for us. So I was like, I don't want to go to this church, I don't want to go to that church. I want to choose my own church. And then your parents are like, no, you have to go to this church, that's our culture, that's how we grew up. And I'm sure, for my mom, her mother and her dad was also from that church, so I kind of had to grow up in that church, and honestly, it just wasn't for me. And after university, I had the option to choose a different church. I mean, it's still a Christian church, but they have different, divisions. I don't want to go naming anything, because honestly, I'm not here to name things, tell which churches are churches. I don't know much about that stuff either. I just want to read the Bible, and I just want to know everything about the Bible, because I've been watching a lot of content online of a lot of people giving opinions about what they think about the religion as a whole, be it any type of religion. And honestly, I just thought to myself, I'm Christian. I cannot believe I'm going to turn 29, 30 soon. I'm going to be in my 30s, people talk about starting families and all that stuff. And I was thinking, I've never read the Bible before, and I have no idea what it's like to go through that journey and just read my Bible. I've read the Bible chapters and verses, maybe, yes, but I mean read the Bible from A to Z and just sort of find out the whole transition, because I guess as a Christian, at some point you just want to experience that, know what the whole Bible is from start to finish. So after university, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just not go to church, because I don't want to be forced to go to church when I don't understand what's going on there. And obviously, university is a great place to humble you, because you think, oh, I'm done with school, it's gonna be fun from now on. But it wasn't, and there's more school. And then you start, well, for me personally, you start to pray to God to help you in your exams, you start to pray to God to help you to do a lot of things, and then you sort of have to build your own relationship with God outside of family, friends, and all that stuff. And I think for me, university studying out was the time when I sort of told myself I'm ready to get to know who God is for me, not for other people or for the church or anything like this. And because of that, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna get into it. And actually, I think it took me about 7 to 8 years to find a church where I felt like home. And honestly, that was a lot. I'm not even gonna get into it here, but that was a lot. And I expected it to be easy to find a church where I was I'm comfortable here, and I feel like I belong. But it turns out it took very long to get to a church where I was like, I really like this place. The vibe here is nice. The people here are nice. And definitely the pastor is talking about things that I think everyone should be able to hear in the world. And so that's exactly how this whole journey is starting out to be, because I think after joining this new church, which I stayed at for 2 years, which is probably the longest I've stayed at a church, to be honest, and because things are going well there, even though people there don't know me, because I literally just go there, attend church, and leave. I've never greeted anyone there. I know it's not good. Like, let's not even get there. I promised myself, though, that this year I would actually I would introduce myself for the first time in the church. But that's how great this place is. Like, they don't force people to be who they are not. I literally went to this church and I am allowed to become that quiet, shy person who just goes there. I enjoy the vibe. We sing, we pray, we praise, we talk. They introduce you to all the things in the church that you can join, and they also give you like a welcome segment. And then when you're done, they're like, okay, those who want to leave can go, those who want to stay can stay. Like, it's just open. So you can either go or you can stay. And I know it's so bad that I wait 10 minutes and I think to myself, am I going to introduce myself today? And then I leave. But honestly, this church is really amazing, because I felt more home than I've ever felt in any church that I've been in my 28 years of life. And it was just perfect. It was the perfect landing for me. And I'm hoping this year I will finally introduce myself to my pastor and the people there, just so I can, when it takes a village. I have read about this somewhere, that you need to be able to be a part of a community, because even in the Bible, it is said that we're supposed to do things together. Mind you, I have no idea about these things, because I'm also starting to read the Bible from scratch. So maybe in a couple years, I will find out where these things are written and which parts of them are there. And I'm someone with a very bad memory, so I probably have read some of these verses before, but I can never remember anything unless I write it down or it's a song. I don't know why. Well, but anyways, I'm probably rambling a lot. This will probably go in my Yap segment, but I just wanted to laugh out loud and say King James Version will humble me during this period in time. And I do not know why I'm even recording this whole journey. I do not know if my life situation right now will allow me to continue recording and putting it there every single day, or it will be some days in a week to some times, because everybody, like for me, I have to go to work as well, so I'll figure it out. Though I just wanted to just yap. Well, have a great week. Bye.